I'm just gonna wait a second for some people to come on. Hey, Steph. Hey, Nicole. Let's give it a second more and then I'll go ahead and get started. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, I don't feel so beautiful right now. I look pretty rough. I'm just tired. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I just kind of wanted to go over like one of the things that we talked about when I went to Palooza, and it's such an important thing. And I think a lot of people were kind of, hey Chad, I haven't seen from you in a long time, but I think a lot of people were kind of shocked that that was one of the things that they had talked about. But in Palooza, on the first day, which she's, I believe, a mentor for Martha, or for Oprah, but her name is Martha Beck, and I definitely learned a lot from her. But I think people were kind of shocked too that Limelight had talked about health and things like that in a business seminar, which is pretty much what it was supposed to be. And I think for me, I wasn't so much shocked about it because I understand from like a lot of my mentoring videos that I've listened to that I think self-care is an extremely important thing. And I think if your mind isn't healthy, then you're just not going to run a good business. And it's really important to be that way. I know that Martha Beck had talked about, and it's such an important thing, but she talked about being in a place of peace, and how for the longest time, I mean, she was a Harvard graduate, you know, she's just all these huge schools and doing all this stuff, and she just never did well. She was just always struggling, and then she just finally learned through therapy and through just other stuff that she was doing that self-care is really important, and just finding that place of peace. And I think that definitely is the most important thing to do. And I think it's hard for people to learn to take care of themselves. I think it's hard for people to be raw with themselves. A lot of people don't want to look in the mirror. They don't want to see things that actually could be wrong with them. And I think that is the number one most important thing for you to do, that if you do want to change, you have to be willing to look in the mirror and look at yourself and be completely honest. And that's things that I'm actually going through now. Like I have to, there's so much stuff about myself that I do see that needs to be changed. And I know I've heard my son, hey Janelle, I've heard my son saying so many times, my oldest one, how I've just spent so much of my time helping other people that I have to start getting to a point to where I start caring about myself. And I guess for me that's been a hard thing, because there's been so much abuse in my life that I got to the point to where I just I think there was so much insecurity within myself that I just wanted to please everybody else. And I guess I felt I had to be everybody else's savior, and Janet's always been put last. So I think that's one thing that I'm learning right now, that it's okay for Janet to come first. It doesn't mean that that I'm a selfish person. It doesn't mean that I don't care about other people. It means that I have to, for me to be healthy and for me to do the things that I want to do, I have to be able to take time for me. And that's something that I think that's the hardest part of my journey going through this, is that I have to understand right now that that's something I have to do. And just learning how to be more secure. So that's, I mean, that's pretty much just what I wanted to talk about, was to exactly always trying to put yourself first. And I think I love what I do, and I know today I was actually listening to Martha Beck, and one of the things that she had talked about, she was actually talking to a lady, and the lady wanted to do the same thing that I do. I want to be an inspiration to other people. I've had a horrible past. I have been through a lot, and because of that, I feel that I could be a good teacher and a great inspiration to people. And like I said, and I say all the time, and people that know me and are on my post all the time know that I'm constantly making inspirational posts. I'm constantly trying to say stuff to inspire other people, and hopefully to wake other people up who are struggling and going through a lot, that to have belief in themselves that they can do it. But she kept talking to the lady, and I know the lady kept saying that she didn't believe that she deserved to be able to do, you know, the stuff that she was doing. She didn't feel that she deserved to be a helper. And I know I've heard of a lot of other people who have been through a lot in their lives, and a lot of them do say that, you know, they feel that they don't deserve to be in this situation, or that they don't deserve to inspire or help people. I don't feel that way. I feel that I can honestly say I feel that I do deserve it. And it's not that it is helping me in a way, because it is a selfish reason, because at the end of the day, when I know that I've helped somebody else, I mean, I just had some lady inbox me today and tell me that she thought I was an amazing person. And it came during a time where I just started crying, because I have been going through so much, and it was good for me to hear that. So I think for me to hear the stories of people who have talked to me or inboxed me and told me that what I've done is help them out means a lot. So, but as much as I want to inspire other people, like I said, right now, my journey is learning how to help myself. And it's a struggle for me, but it's just something that's really important for you to do. And you can't, and that's one thing I'm learning now, that you just cannot allow people to drain you. Because if you just keep doing for other people all the time, they will suck the life out of you. And that is just one thing I've learned. So that was pretty much, like I said, just what I wanted to do the live on. I'm kind of out of it, so I'm just kind of babbling, but it's just important for me to help people to understand how important it is. And I think it was a very important thing that I had learned from here, that for you to grow, you will have to go into a place of peace. You can't, I definitely believe you have to be uncomfortable to grow, and I speak about that all the time, but you have to find that peace in yourself. And as you know, I thought that I wanted to wait till I had been through mine before I actually start posting about the stuff or talking about the stuff, so that I can help other people. But I guess for me, I kind of just want to post about it while I'm going through the journey, so that other people can understand and experience what I'm going through, and hopefully it will help somebody else, and they'll be able to see. Because right now, things are not easy for me. They're extremely hard. I'm going through a lot of pain. And like I said, it's just all a learning process for me, that for the first time in my life, I'm having, I'm trying to build, enough confidence to put myself first, and to stop always worrying about everybody else, and for once to believe that it's okay to start thinking about me. So it is a hard journey, but It's so important for people to do that. So no matter what you're feeling in your life, no matter what you're going through, you have to put yourself first. You have to learn how to start taking care of you first, because at the end of the day, if you don't, like I said, people will just drain the living crap out of you. So exactly, nobody is going to care for you the way you do. And I know there's an image that I post a lot, and it's the truth, because I've had to learn to take care of myself, and I've had to learn that I have to do for me. And the post that I made was talking about how I spent my whole life looking for a hero. I had to learn to start being my own hero. I couldn't rely on anybody else to do that. I have to start learning to do it for myself, because I've just learned that, you can't have dependency on somebody else. So hopefully, like I said, this will help somebody to understand and to realize that it's, don't let people drain you. You have to, it's important to eat healthy. It's important to mentally stimulate yourself. I mean, I tell people all the time that I constantly listen to inspirational talks every morning, or motivators every morning, because it's important to have that in your life, and to keep your mind just as healthy as you do your physical body, and just stay strong. So yeah, it is the truth that if you rely on other people, they're going to disappoint you every single time. I've just learned that. I mean, there's a few people in my life right now that have meant a lot to me. I care about them. They've been a huge inspiration to me, but you've got to put you first. And that's one thing, a battle that I'm going through now. And you just have to learn to do it, because at the end of the day, you may have to feel pain to get there, but when you cross over, you'll feel a whole lot better. But I hope everybody has a good night, and I'm sorry I look like hell, but I just wanted to show up. But you guys take care.